Hello, true duelists. My name is Craig Fee, and as always, welcome to the new card report. Yes, the video I make sometimes when there's way too many new cards, and I'm too lazy to make a 40-minute video at this point, let alone having faith in them or whatever the catchphrase is. This week saw the reveals for the remaining new cards set to debut in the OCG's Premium Pack 2023, as well as a new V-Jump promo for the unending nightmare that is the Sky Striker archetype. Yeah, Sky Striker has got more support. So let's jump right into that. Starting with the V-Jump promo Sky Striker Ace Azalea. This is a Link 2 machine with up left and down right for its link arrows. It has 1500 attack, and its link materials are any two light and or dark attribute monsters. As with all Sky Striker Aces, it can only be summoned once per turn, and its effect is that if special summoned, it can target one card on the field and pop it. Then, if you have 3 or less spells in your grave, it will send itself to the graveyard. Its other effect is that once per turn, if it battles an opponent's monster, it can banish a spell from your grave to destroy the opponent's monster at the start of the damage step. Honestly, that's not a terrible, somewhat generic piece of removal for any deck playing light and or dark monsters. Hilariously, I'm pretty sure that this card is better generically than it is in its own archetype. Continuing the trend of bad support for Sky Strikers, which is fine by me. But the question has been asked, is this new card comparable to the canonically 13-year-old Ray in that it is also 13 years old?
Hey there, Sky Striker players. My name's Chris Hansen. Why don't you have a seat right over there?
Damn truth. Moving back to Premium Pack 2023, let's start off with the bugs. Praying Mantis is a level 4 wind insect with 3 effects. During your standby phase, it can special summon a baby mantis token to your field, which will be a level 1 wind insect token with 500 attack and defense. And once per turn, when an opponent's monster declares an attack, will let you send a card from your spell and trap zone to the graveyard to bounce the attacking monster. I'd prefer a mutual bounce of my spell and trap and the opponent's monster, but it's not like I'm going to be playing this regardless, so who cares? And the last effect is that it can banish itself from the graveyard to summon another baby mantis token. Is it good? Might be a cute, foolish burial tech to get yourself a free token, but no, not really, no. But is it purple? Yes, it is. It is indeed purple. And that is its one redeeming quality. Guard Mantis is another mantis in this series now, I guess. Another level 4 insect. It lets you pay 1,000 life points to special summon it from your hand in defense position, and if you do, can only special summon insects while you control it on the field. And during the opponent's turn, it lets you quick effect target an insect you control to waste time in the round. Sorry, I'm being told it lets you target an insect you control and change its battle position. I don't see the difference between that and what I initially said, but there you go, that's the effect. Yeah, it's a bad bug, the Konami patented. But hey, this one is extra thick. So, there you go. Golden Rule sounds like it would be a piece of support for the new TCG exclusive Gold Pride archetype, but no, this is actually a Crystal Beast equip spell piece of support. It is always treated as a crystal card because naming it Crystal Rule would simply make too much sense, I guess. And this equip spell will place 2 Crystal Beast monsters from your deck into your spell and trap zone as continuous spells, and then summon a Crystal Beast from your hand or grave with a different name from those placed by its effect. And when it leaves the field, it will destroy the monster it's equipped to. What the fuck? That's amazing! It's not exactly what they need. They already have plenty of ways to get their cards into the spell and trap zone, but it's a pretty damn phenomenal effect regardless. I'm not complaining, I just don't understand why they gave Crystal Beast this amazing piece of support randomly as a one-of in this set. Still, I can't wait for the TCG to finally import it in 2028. The script just says smile, and I'm smiling. Are you a fan of counter traps? What about a hero player desperately hoping for a stronger card to help establish better turn 1 boards for when you're forced to play going first? if these situations apply to either of you, I do have a card that technically applies to your general situation, because there's a new counter trap specifically for heroes. Protection of the Elements is not a reference to Power of the Elements, but is instead a new counter trap specifically for heroes that can banish a face-up hero you control until the end phase so as to negate the activation of a spell or trap card from the opponent. And if you control specifically elemental hero Terra Firma, you can banish it from your graveyard to summon an elemental hero monster from your hand, grave, or banished pile, ignoring its summoning conditions. And because I know you're wondering what the hell is Terra Firma and is it any good or, worth playing now that we have this, I'm here to answer, no, it doesn't. That card is ass, and this changes nothing. But it is a negate for hero decks when going first. Just, only for spell and traps. Could have been a real solid piece of support. Instead, it's only firm. Firm is in a firm pass from me. On to the next card. Moving on to the worst fucking card I've ever seen. Jesus Christ. Blackwing Shangra the Waxing Moon. What the fuck is that, dude? I don't like that card art. Christ, I hope this sucks, because if it's good, then I have to play it, and that means I'll have to look at it, and that means I won't be happy. This is a level 2 tuner that summons itself from the hand. Fuck, that's a good start. Okay. If there is a monster with 2,000 or more attack on the field, you can summon it from your hand, and if you control a Blackwing Synchro monster while this is in your grave, you can quick effect banish it to pop an opponent's card. Fuck. The first effect to summon itself is once per turn, but the opponent can be the one that controls that monster with 2,000 or more attack, meaning it's technically pretty solid even if you're going second. And the pop is only once per duel, which is underwhelming, I suppose. It's definitely an extra added bit of spice to a Blackwing end board, but did it need to be once per duel? I guess it did. Trident is banned, and that's surely because of the quick effect pop, and not a single other reason that could be attributed to the banning of Zodiac Trident. What is sarcasm? Bonus points if you can tell me in the comments. Yeah, this is solid, but it's also really fucking ugly, so what is with the eyes on this? I think it's the eyes. I do not like them. At least it has a cool looking bow for a weapon, I guess. But I want it off the screen, so on to the next card. Final Cross is a new quick play spell that supports Synchro monsters. Very exciting. It lets you target a Synchro monster you control and give it the ability to make a second attack on your turn if a Synchro monster was sent to your graveyard this same turn. And if you target a monster with either Synchron, Warrior, or Stardust in its original name, you can have it gain the attack of one of the Synchro monsters in your graveyard. That's neat. But you know what you could do instead of play this? Is play that Junk Warrior quick play spell if you want that janky fun of for a quick punch. Because while this is neat, it's generic too, but it is not what Synchro decks really need at all. Some neat art though, I guess. Up next is more bugs. Oh, you thought we were done with insects on this? Nah, son, this shit's a Bethesda game. It's bugs throughout the entire thing. Fissioning Mother Spider. That's a gross name. This is a level 5 monster with 0 attack, and it looks like a Wind Waker version of a Skulltula or something from the Legends of Zelda series. But like a mini-boss-esque one? I don't know, I think it's cool. If you control no monsters, you can summon this from your hand, so it's actually a good level 5. And its on-field effect is weird. It tributes itself to summon up to 3 copies of Baby Spider from your deck, but doing so will make them level 5. It will lock you into only summoning Xyz monsters from the extra deck for the turn, and those baby spiders can only be used as material for the summon of a dark attribute Xyz monster. It's a strange insect lone fire with garnets attached, but maybe the babies make it playable? Let's find out. Baby Spider is a level 3 insect with double donuts in the stat line, and a hard once per turn on both of its effects. You can tribute a dark monster that has a level to have all baby spiders you control gain a number of levels equal to the monster tributed. And you can banish it from the grave and detach a material from a dark Xyz monster you control to target a dark monster in your grave and then special summon that. Oh, and you have to pay half your life points to use that graveyard effect. What the fuck? So the mommy spider, the mother spider is to be played with 3 garnets as a means to turbo out what? The rank 10, 11, and 12 spiders we got from like 6 years ago? That's it? Garnet turbo for the worst play rank 10 trains could make back in like 2016? Amazing. Well, at least the little ones are cute. And they kind of fit that whole Goma boss theme that I mentioned earlier. Like the Armagoma from Twilight Princess. The big one and then the little babies. And fittingly enough, like Armagoma was as a boss, these things are disappointing. Up next is, oh no, DDD support. I gotta be real with you here. I'm neutral on DDD as a deck. I think it's pretty fun to play, but I hate when they get support because then I have to read the cards. And all the cards have 86 trillion syllables in the name and also a full fucking novel for the tech. It's always a pendulum too. All right, let's go through the 6-minute read of the effect. Getting going. DDDD. 4 Ds on this one. Okay, DDDD, Super Dimensional Sovereign Emperor Paradox, is a level 12 scale 10 pendulum with 3000 attack and defense. Its pendulum effect will let you target an opponent's pendulum scale to summon itself from the scale and then place the opponent's pendulum scale into your pendulum zone. But it'll be destroyed during the next end phase. It's weird. That's almost niche enough though to be like a cheeky side in a more pendulum-centric format. I wonder if it'll ever see play for that. The monster effect is almost certainly not why you're going to be playing this. It is the most convoluted DDD bullshit I've read in a while. It cannot be normal summoned or set, and instead you have to summon it through its own effect, which if you aren't doing the pendulum scale effect, is when you commit to a pendulum summon. If the combined total of your scales, so if you've got scale, let's say 8 and 10, then your combined scales are 18. So if the combined number of your scales is higher than the combined levels of the monster you pendulum summoned, then you can summon out this card. And when you do, it will blow up the entire field. And then after that, will place itself into the pendulum scale. And on the field, if a face-up DDD monster is sent to the grave by a spell card effect specifically, its attack becomes 6,000. This is the most convoluted anime tier bullshit I've read in my life. What the actual fuck is this card? The field wipe sets it up for its scale effect as long as you just ignore the fact that it'll also blow up the opponent's field and, pendulums as well. It needs a DDD to leave the field from a spell? A spell specifically. I hate this card. This is making me irrationally angry. I can't even speak properly to the degree of which, of how annoyed I am by its existence. It is clearly some type of reference to the manga or something that it should have stayed in the manga. I don't think we ever should have gotten it. And the only joke I have to follow this up with is when are we getting DD, DDD, and DDD, and how many Ds can I throw into this name? Heyo, D's, get it, dick, penis, before it sounds like I'm just having a stroke. Fuck this, we're moving on. And lastly for this week, Additional Mirror 7. It's another quick play spell and another weird as hell one at that. You activate it when you special summon a level 7 monster specifically by sending 2 other copies of Additional Mirror 7 from your hand or deck to the graveyard. Then you can special summon 2 other copies of the level 7 monster from your deck specifically. And the cost for all of this, beyond the sending of the other 2 copies of this card, is of course that you are locked into only 1 more summon from the extra deck, and you will take the damage equal to the attack of the 2 monsters you summoned from the deck. And I do believe that is from both of them. So if you summon Abyss Megalo and summon out 2 more of it, you're eating 4,800 damage. Once again, probably references the manga or something, and maybe some people are really happy to see it printed at long last. but I, for one, do not get the reference at all and do not care otherwise. It seems bad to me. Unless you are really eager to just turbo out that Lucky 7 Xyz monster, or whatever its name is, you can forget this card. And sponsorship time. If you really want to annoy me, you can go ahead and pick yourself up a copy of the new DDD Abomination card and then throw it in your LIFD magnetic card display. Yes, this is a fantastic little display to showcase all your favorite cards or piss me off in specific with that stupid card. I don't like the DDD card. On to the sponsor though. This is a fantastic display. I recommend it if you can get your hands on it, and you can get it for a little bit cheaper by using code YGOSTRATS15 to get 15% off, or by clicking the link in the description. Thank you to LFID for the sponsor as always, and thank you, True Duelist, for your watch time. That'll wrap it up for this week's new card report. It's just new cards in this one. The regular update will be out tomorrow as always. Until then, I've been your host Craig Fee, and make sure you subscribe to YGO Strats for tomorrow's update to impress your smoking Italian wife and so that you too can be a true duelist.